Baruch Hashem. Tzadikim, tzadakot. I don't see. Yeah, yes. Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
Rabbi Eri, check if he's on Facebook also. You know how to do?
Oui, live sur Facebook, c'est bon.
C'est bon?
Oui.
Okay.
Baruch Hashem. Toda Rabba, Rabbi. Very good, very good. I like that. On our last or previous limud, there were so many aspects we have attached, we have discussed, and we brought in also one aspect that we did not come to the detail of it, and it's based on the many ways how to look at the word emet. Today's limud is a continuation of our theme, of our subject, truth. Among those aspects that were brought in was a question by my Rosh Yeshiva, whether the truth is about the word or is about their root. If I could remember well. And we saw that like all other letters, the Hebrew alphabet, 27, they are all rooted at the same place. They've got one source. They are all vessels. So the aspect that we did not elaborate is there another way of looking at the area? Can you close the doors, please? Just too much interruption outside there. Just a second, Rabbanim, I'm sorry, there's for the area. Can you get me the word emet, please? I think I like it. I like the way you write. And can you write for me? Yeah, just. Very good. This is now quite clear. This is quite clear. Can you write it for me? Et. These two letters. Aleph. Start here. And the mem. So this is one of the ways that we did not elaborate last time. What if, for example, because what if one could read this HaEmet in this form to mean from it. Because usually whenever you have got a mem at the beginning of a word, you could read it as something like from. What is meant? What if we read it this way? Okay, with the time we will explain, because this in itself, it hints from it hints to the entire Hebrew alphabet, from Aleph to the end, from the beginning to the end. And you know that when we have got a 27, when we have got a 27, not last time, in one of our limudim, we said mem always falls into the middle when you have got the 27 letters. Now, when mem is in the middle, you would find that on both sides, meaning the both sides of mem in the middle, you have got 13 letters, 13 letters, 13 letters. And they, excuse me, some water, please. Really, some water. We know that the number 13 is very, very, very significant, like all other numbers. We know that the attribute of mercy, they are 13. And we know the word love or help, it's also number 13. What is the significance of this, that you have got 13 before the mem in the middle, and after the mem, and echad is also number 13. Well, that's what I share with the time. We will bring in this aspect. So before we go to our limud of today, permit me that, well, I'm going somewhere, somehow in the middle there, I will use my vernacular. Yeah, I want also to reach the tribe I was born, the country I was born. So, and I know a number of them are listening to this limud or shiur. But first of all, may I know if there is a question to our previous, all emanated from our previous limudim, or anything that we did not explain. Can you hear me, Kaverim?
I think it's okay for me.
Okay.
Yes, Rabbi.
Baruch Hashem. Toda rabah. Toda rabah. Tzadik. Elohim melech olam, she'akon yeh b'dvaro. Before going back to the subject, all our subject of truth, HaEmet, permit me to go with you to the Parsha of the week. Parsha Shemot. And we are going to discuss what Ben Shai brought in the Pasha of the week, which is related to the word emet. I'm using the word relate. May I request you to take your Humashim, your Tanakh, because we will visit some writings, Ketuvim, particularly in Eov, Job, and I read it as follows in Hebrew. Parasha Shemot, Vayomer Paro, Hem Rabim Ata, Am Haaretz, Veishtabetem, Otam, Misvilitam. Rabbi Pinchas taught us something this week, how to look at the origin of Christianity out of the name Paro. It's not going to be the subject of our discussion now. What does it read in English? Rabbi Ari, what does it say in your translation? Paro, according to the quote of the Torah, or from the Torah, Paro said, the people are many. They are many now on the land. Why do you want to turn them from their burden? I just wanted to, I will sit with my Rosh Yeshiva to explain it to me, because the word burden, it is also translated as a suffer. The word misville. Ken, toda rabah, Ken. To sugar, please. Paro seems to be agitated. Oh, very good. Thank you. Very good. Thank you very much. Maybe you take this one. I have highlighted.
It is here.
Okay, very good. Paro seems to have raised a concern here that the people are many. Why do you discouraging them, or turning them from their burden, meaning from their task? What was their task? We will see. And this quote is taken from Shemot 5, Pasuk 5. And he went on. Nireli Besiata Dishmaya. It looks to me, or it appears to me, Hakatuv Amar. The writings. In the writings, it's written. Eov. Chamesh, meaning 5. Pasuk. Za. Or Zai. What is written there? The code says, Adam le'amal yulad. I'm going the way I understand it. It may not read in a translation, it may not read so in the translation, but the quote that Ben Shchai brought up here, it says, Adam le'alam le'amal yulad. Man is born to labor. I'm just, last night, all these days, I was wondering as to why, because in Hebrew, it's not about, I mean, the labor is avodah, nachon? But here we have got the word, the alam, or amal, sorry, not the alam, but amal. Quite very interesting. And the gematria of that thesaurus is 140. I was trying to understand what it means. But Beshat Hashem may not be the point of discussion now. Now, why did Eov bring a point of man, that a man was born to labor? Does he want to equate with the concern of Paro? Or what is really the point of Ben Shchai bringing this point that seems to support the idea of slavery by Paro? Who says, who raised a concern, why do you want to turn the people from their burden? And the Ben Shchai seems to say, no, he seems to say, no, that is what Adam was born to do, to labor. I'm not saying it's so, but I'm saying it looks. Ben Shchai is suggesting that way. And it went on. Ach, yesh הפרש בין ישראל ובין אומות העולם. But, according to Ben Shchai, but there is a difference between Israel and the nation or the nations of the world. Ki Israel noldu la amala shel Torah. Oh, this is something quite different here. I mean, not different, but a difference here. The difference is here that no, Ben Shchai seemed to suggest in this writing, to me, in this explanation, that there's a difference between the labor of Am Israel and that of the nations of the world. This also seems to negate what was said earlier on by Pharaoh. That why do you want to turn the people from their burden? And the statement and the quote that we saw earlier on in Eov, Adam le'amal yulad. Ben Shchai continues. Se'osim al yadeh esek haTorah binyan berukhaniyut lemala. Oh, tzadikim, tzedakot. How do you understand really that passage? Rabbi Eri. How do you understand that passage? To me, what I read here, it says, the nation of Israel, let me just put it the way I understand it. The nation of Israel is to delve, in the language of the Pirkei Avot, to delve, to busy in the Torah. All in building the spiritual structure. That is what we were made, all that is our mission. This is how I understand it. Let me see whether my understanding is according to the idea propounded by Ben Shchai. Velachem, therefore, Ketiv, written, Yeshayahu Nun Dalet. Can we go to Nun Dalet? Yeshayahu Nun Dalet. Yes, please. We wanted to see where we stand in a relationship to what we have learned. We have learned before about where the Jewish shoals are rooted. We saw previously that the word HaEmet is an allusion, is a hint to the three worlds. Bria, Yetzirah, and the Asiya. What does it read?
13.
Yeah, Kate, can you read it for us, please?
In English?
Yes, please.
All your children will be students of Hashem, and your children's peace will be abundant.
The Jewish people rooted in the Torah, that is their business. The children of Israel, a Jew, your business is to busy yourself in the Torah study. That's what Ben Shchai is saying. That's what the Navi says That is what I wanted to believe is meant by the quote from Eov. Wanted to tell us. Are we there, Tzadikim, Tzedakot?
Yes, Rabbi, yes.
Yes.
And it went on to say, V'chol banaich limudei Hashem, as you read. V'rav shalom banaich. Is it what you read? Yes.
And your children's peace will be abundant.
Only in the Torah study, a Jew will also, not also, will find or will have peace. Because that is what you were called in this world for, to study Torah. And to have a spiritual structure. Where? In both worlds, where you were rooted to. Remember, we are in the world of tikkun, to fix. And we are fixing the damages that were made in all those worlds where we are rooted from. Went on to say, Ve'amru rabotenu zichronam livracha. The sages of blessed memory have said, Ala tikrei banair, ela bonair. Do not read your children, but your builders. What does it really? Builders. Not the children, but builders. What do we build on a daily basis, if I may ask? We build angels. What else?
When we do tefillah.
When we do tefillah,
we build.
we build. Yes. But is it possible that to build that without fixing the midot? If Sha'arei Kedusha says, it doesn't matter how much you accumulate, meaning Torah study, without fixing the midot, it is as if you have no Torah. So that means the ultimate goal of building or becoming a builder, one of the prerequisites is midot tovot. This morning, I was privileged to have a discussion on this parsha with one of my rabbanim here. And he said, the problems that the world faces is because he's a Jew. It's because of a Jew. And I said, please, can you explain? He says, the non-Jewish world, subconsciously, they sense that if a Jew can do what he is supposed to do, then the world is at peace. I wanted to buy that idea. Why? Why did I buy that idea? It's because we are the inner of this world. The other nations, or the nations of the world, as we shall see, they are the shells. the Makif. Thank you. We go on with Ben Ish Chai. כי ישראל עושים בניין רוחני בהישג או בסק התורה, שהוא בפה רבי שמעון